So, hello, is it Carlos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so here's my question. You all used the word like privilege earlier in the first segment, and I'm kind of like confused, like what you mean by that. Because like when I think of privilege, I think of like something wonderful, like, oh, I have like bathroom privileges somewhere, or like an ice cream privilege. Like I don't think of like, you know what I mean? So when you all use the word privilege, like about like people having their privilege, I'm like, is that a privilege or is that like ignorance or a curse or something else?
Yeah.
Good question.
That's a good like semantic question because we took this word that has like different meanings in different contexts.
Yeah.
Right. And then in the context of
Yes.
intersectional feminism, it's more about access that you don't deserve, like an elevated amount of access that you don't deserve, but you only get by virtue of parts of your identity. Mandisa, if you want to go for it.
Yes. So I would say using the ice cream analogy. So you've, as a person, you access the ice cream life, and you come into other spaces and think that everyone else access to ice cream that you had, and you don't understand when doesn't have, or they're upset because they didn't have it, or maybe because they it. And so the in your mind you're like, well, I don't understand because I've had access to this ice cream all my life. Now it may have been because your parents may, that's totally fine. But for you to be in a space where you don't understand that do not and did access as you have, but yet you may be looking at them as, well, why are they so angry? It is a privilege. It is a privilege to not have to think about those who are the same as you. And so this is when we're talking about, hopefully we can make that comparison to in other areas. And maybe take something as simple as that. Privilege isn't necessarily a bad thing, but what you do with it and how you can understand does make a difference.
Yeah,
well, here's my like the follow-up part of that is like, okay, shouldn't it, like, if the world were like a good place, shouldn't everybody be like that, like not concerned with what anybody else has? Like, I mean, is it like, let's say utopian society, like wouldn't everybody just be like that, like not really
In
like
a perfect
understanding?
In a perfect society, everyone should have the same access to that ice cream as you have. And if you that's just, but it's not about being concerned about your fellow man's condition. That certainly is a problem because there are and there will be, but what you choose to do with it and how you have been informed about how you can help those who did not have that, then that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, my boyfriend, he is cis het. So he's cisgender, he's heterosexual, he is white, and he is pretty feminist. And he says that being a cis het white male is a superpower because he has all of the privileges and he uses it for evil of being an intersectional feminist. He speaks up wherever he goes because he knows he has that superpower. And this is, again, what we're talking about calling people out in these white spaces where people are being, less informed or expressing ignorance. Use that superpower, use that privilege that you have because it makes you're safer. You're generally safer to speak up than those with different identities. So maybe the word privilege is tricky. Yeah, like driving privilege, driving is a privilege, your mom says. And then how are we supposed to use that word when we're talking about intersectional feminism? But it is the same. And it's not, because right now it has this very like negative connotation. Like if I'm white, I have privilege, and so now I can internalize that and be like, I didn't ask. I was just born this way. I have a black friend. She's right there. Her name's Mandisa. I'm not racist, And I have one friend. She's black. Yeah, I'm super cool. So use your superpower.
Yeah, and everyone can be privileged in different ways too. It's not that if you
Yes.
are white, you automatically have the keys to every door. But when you do have a key to a door,
Right now.
regardless what that door is, if you are able-bodied, if you are neurotypical, if you are cisgender, if you are straight, whatever it is, if you have a key to that door, I would say you're morally obligated to open it for other people as well. And doesn't mean you have to have the keys to every door in order to use the ones you do have.
Cool. Thank you so much for answering my question. I just want to say I'm gay and I am a feminist too, because I have a mama and I have sisters and I have cousins and aunts, and I think women are awesome and everybody should speak up for them.
Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you for
Yes,
calling the
thank
show.
you. Thank you.
Bye.